What's going on, guys? It's Mike here again, and today it's time for another review. But today is going to be a little different. It's not just going to be another car review. It's actually going to be an owner's review because it's my own car that we're checking out today, and it is the 2015 Ford Fusion Titanium. It's going to be a 2015/16 because I will be going over some of the new features for the 16 model year. So that's why if you were wondering why you see 2015/16 in the title to this video, that's why. Because not a lot of things have changed, but there are some upgrades and some differences. So we will be touching base on those, and not just for the titanium trim level, also for the S trim level and the SE. So if you're checking this video out looking to possibly get a Ford Fusion, then it's not just aimed at the titanium, although that's where the main focus is going to be. So I'll be touching base on the S trim level and the SE trim level a little later in the video. But what we're going to do here, I'm going to go over the car, obviously, in typical fashion, check out the exterior of my car, and also the interior, obviously. And then we'll take it for a test drive, and I'm going to touch base on, because I do love this car. I'm going to touch base on the things that I do love, and also the things that I might not like that much. So it's going to be an honest review, an owner's review. So let's get it on. So what I have here is a 2015 Ford Fusion Titanium, and it is in the color Bronze Fire Metallic. Very nice color in my opinion. It was introduced for the 2015 model year. It is around for the 2016 model year as well. For those of you who have checked out my 2016 Ford Fusion Hybrid review that I uploaded a couple days ago, you'll see that that car has the same color as this one, and also actually the same interior color. The interior of my car is the ceramic leather interior. It's a light leather interior, which I love. In my opinion, it's a very classy look. I like the darker exterior versus the lighter interior. So I just feel it gives it a nice look. I have the sunroof, obviously, and when it's open here, it kind of just shines up the interior. I love that. It looks nice. The car is sitting on the 19-inch 10-spoke wheels. One of the nicest wheels in the Ford Fusion lineup, in my opinion. They're sitting on 235 45 diameter Continental tires, all season tires. Now I initially wanted to get a black Fusion, so I couldn't find it exactly the way I wanted, and then I did find one, but it ended up getting sold from underneath up under me, so to speak. So I kind of had to refocus, and then I found this one here. And I'm like, I do like this color, and it's different. It's a color that, as I mentioned, was introduced for this year, and most likely will be discontinued after the 16 model year. So for the 2017s, I'm assuming, I mean, I'm not guaranteeing or anything, but I'm assuming that they'll discontinue this color and bring in a new color. And that's kind of what Ford does. And I like that. It's not just a black or a white car or a red car or a silver car. You see those all over the place. It makes the color a little more exclusive. So, I mean, if you're down the road looking to buy a used Ford Fusion, then you find it in this color, it's a little more exclusive. So I do like that. Now, some of the features that are titanium only, I'm going to touch base on that here, like the sport aluminum pedals. You can only get those for the titanium. The door sill plates here, chrome looking with the Fusion logo on it, that's strictly for titanium. The Sony stereo system, only titanium. And as you can see here, this is what a 15 panel looks like. I'm talking about the panel right under the My Ford touch screen. It's like a touch screen button interface type thing. Now the 2016 has gotten an upgrade, so it looks like this. It's more buttons, which is nicer in my opinion. I like that. more button interface. The touchscreen interface, it does work. There's just really no problem with it. I just would prefer the button. So that is a difference from the 2015 to 2016 year model. I have seen reviews out there for a 2016 Ford Fusion where they have the same panel as my 15. So I know that you know, it's not really correct. I try to be as honest as possible. So I mean, that's why I'm naming this 2015/16, because I'm showing the features of a 16 as well, because there are some differences. And you know, I know a lot of YouTubers, they want to get the latest models out there for their reviews to get, you know, more views and everything. And you know, I understand it, but there are differences. So another thing that I wanted in my car was a heated steering wheel, so I have that as well. It's just nice because I live in Pittsburgh. We get horrible winters up here. It's nice to get in the car and have a heated steering wheel. So that was one of the features that I personally wanted. Another specific attribute of the Fusion is the LED rear facial lights that you can only get in a titanium. It's a big difference for me. I just like it. It's a classier look versus having an SE or an S base model where the lights, they don't cover the whole rear facial lights, so to speak, and you know, it just looks different as you can see here. So those are the main differences between a Fusion and an SE. Now the car, another feature that I wanted on my car is the all-wheel drive system. So this Fusion has the all-wheel drive powertrain, along with of course the 2.0 EcoBoost engine. It's a 4-cylinder with 240 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. It's a SIPI engine, although the Fusion is actually the only model lineup in the Ford lineup that doesn't have a sport model currently. They used to have it. They don't have it anymore. I mean, the Edge has it, the Explorer has the Sport, the Focus and the Fiesta has the ST. And you know, just the bigger trucks like the F-150, it has the big EcoBoost engine, so it's actually faster than this car. I mean, if you're looking at like a 0 to 60 type thing. So for the 17 model year, I'm assuming that Ford is going to do a bit of a facelift to the Fusion, because it's looked the same since the 2013 model year when they introduced this new body style. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what's going to happen for the 2017 model year. Maybe they'll be, you know, introducing a sport trim level again, and that would be kind of cool. So very excited about that and seeing what they're going to do. What else here? Yeah, as I mentioned, all titaniums come with the 2.0 EcoBoost engine. You can get that in the SC as well, and you can get all-wheel drive in the SE trim level now as well. They introduced that for the 2015 model year. For those who already checked out my 2015 Ford Fusion review that I did last year, you'll be up on that. So another thing that I have is the paddle shifters here on the back of the steering wheel. It's a nice feature, although it's not, you know, I mean, this isn't like a BMW M Series or, you know, an Infiniti or anything. It's not super responsive, like quick, you know, if you want to do some active driving or whatever. I mean, but it's nice. I use it to downshift, you know, engine braking, that kind of thing. I don't really sit and go, you know, think I'm a Formula 1 driver or anything, but you know, it's a nice feature. Let's see here. Yeah, and the Sony stereo system was something I wanted. That's only available for the titanium trim level. I think I touched base on that already, but I'll give you a little sound clip here. 390 watts, 12 speakers, subwoofer. I enjoy listening to music while I'm driving, so you know, I definitely appreciate the Sony stereo system. That was something I wanted. Push button start, have that. You know, just get in the car, put your foot on the brake, push button start. Have memory seating. I'm 6'2", my wife is 5'2", so it's just very nice to be able to click a button and get my seat the way that I have programmed it, and you know, likewise for her. So just, I like convenience, so that was just very nice for me. Now let's step outside.
Alrighty, so this is how the smart key access fob looks and works.
and we're actually going to use it the way it kind of should be used, because right now it's raining outside of my apartment here, and most of the time when you're using your smart key access fob with the remote start, you'll be doing it, you know, from inside your house usually, whether it's snowy or rainy or hot or cold and you just want to remote start your car. So what we have here is lock, unlock, remote start, trunk release, and your panic button. So what we're going to do is click once on the lock button and it starts. Click once and it shuts off. Also, what you can do, which is a pretty cool feature here, is, I mean, now it is raining, so I really don't need this feature at the moment, but I'm going to show you anyhow. You can get the windows down by holding the lock button down. There they go down, and the sunroof tilts, and then you can get it up as well. Show you here by locking and holding the lock button down. Here it goes up, which is a nice feature on a warm sunny day. You want to put your windows down a little bit, let the car cool down, or a day like this, maybe I forgot my windows down and I can just get them up after the rain started. So let's hop in the car for a test drive. All right, guys, new set of clothes on here. Let's take it for a spin. Oh, it's blowing outside today. I'm gonna close this sunroof. And let's see here. Turn the climate on. There we go. So yeah, I mentioned that I am going to touch base on some of the things that I don't like as well about the car. Now, there aren't that many of them. One thing is, though, the fuel consumption. I'm not really happy about the gas mileage that I'm getting. I'm getting around 21.7 or something like that on average, which is not good. I mean, I know it's a brand new car, but it almost has 3,000 miles on it now, so I feel like, you know, geez, I mean, the official numbers are 25 on average, 31 highway, and around 22 city, with the all-wheel drive system, that is. If you have front-wheel drive and the 2.0 EcoBoost, then it's like 33 highway or something like that. It's a slight difference. But anyhow, so that's one thing. And the only thing that I've really upgraded to this car, and the only thing that I will really upgrade, is I got a K&N filter, air filter for the car. Just a friend of mine, he, you know, advised me to get one of those. He got it for his Fusion, and he noticed a, you know, upgrade in his fuel consumption. So I don't feel that it's helped anything at all, really. So that's the one thing that I don't like about this car yet. That might change, you know, as I pack on the miles here. I don't know. But, you know, I mean, I'm not a race car driver either. I mean, I drive normally. Yeah, I'll hit it sometimes. But, you know, and I drive kind of mixed. It is highway. It's not just city. And, you know, so we'll see what happens with that. I'll keep you guys updated on, you know, the fuel consumption and that whole bit. And then another thing, having the light leather interior. I drive to work every morning, and you know, I have to dress business casual for work, and I think the belt around my waist is making stains in my leather interior. As you can see here, you know, I got that black little, you know, marking right, you know, where I guess my belt would be. That's what I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know what else it would be, so that is kind of annoying. You know, because I like this light leather interior, so I don't want to have to, you know, mess around with that constantly, but it is what it is. So it's those two things right now that I actually don't really like. So other than that, driving this car, it's very planted. These seats are extremely comfortable. I mean, it's 10-way power seat for the driver as well as for the passenger. So a passenger can kind of, you know, flip around and tilt and do all kinds of stuff to get a comfortable, you know, riding position. So driving the car, you know, I mean, it's in this mid-size segment, I would say, you know, because I've driven most of them, you know, like I actually haven't driven the Kia Optima, but I've driven, you know, the Nissan Altima, the Hyundai Sonata, and they're all very nice cars. I'm not knocking them, but I feel like the Ford Fusion is the top pick, you know, within the price range, obviously. I mean, if you start looking at, you know, Mercedes E-Class and stuff, then, you know, it's a different story. But also a different price range. So driving it very planted. The 2.0 engine, I'm gonna hit it here. It is sippy. Official numbers are 0 to 60 at around, what is it, 6.9 or something like that. So I mean, it does the job. It's not a race car, but you know, you want that pickup up and go, that it definitely has it. So driving the car, I mean, space-wise, the trunk space in the Ford Fusion is 16.3 cubic feet of cargo space. I mean, ever need to haul anything, you know, get golf bags in there, you know, kids' seats or any kind of grocery shopping. I mean, it definitely does the job. And I mean, it's just all around. It gives me a feeling that this car gives me a feeling of, you know, I just like it. I love it. So everything is accessible. We will be touching base on, you know, some of the technical features a little later on, but from the steering wheel, everything is voice activated. It's just, again, I come back to that word convenience. It's just convenient to drive this car because everything you want is really there. Price tag of my car is $36,000 something, 400. I can't even remember, but it's up there. So, but that's kind of what you're gonna have to pay for a top of the line Ford Fusion. And mine isn't even fully loaded. Some of the things that I did not want in my car is the lane keeping system. Didn't care about that. I didn't care about active park assist. I don't need the Bliss system. All Fords have the blind spot mirror is a standard. So I mean, I do just fine with that. So if you get a fully loaded Fusion, I mean, you'll get up there and close to $39,000. And you know, I'm not going to pay for features that I don't really care about. All I wanted was the all-wheel drive system. I want a heated steering wheel. I wanted the 19-inch 10-spoke wheels, and then all the standard features that come with the Ford Fusion, like the push-button start, the Sony stereo system, My Ford Touch, you know, backup camera, memory seats, LED lights for the rear fascia lights, and so on. So all in all, driving experience, 9 out of 10, I would give it. I look forward to keeping this car for a while. I've only had it for 2 months, so it's actually a lease. So I'm definitely in it for at least 3 years. And knowing myself, then, you know, after 3 years, I might upgrade to a new Fusion. I don't know. Who knows what the my situation is at the time. I'm, you know, whatever I get, but you know, you guys will be updated on that as well, obviously, with the YouTube channel here. So I'm trying to think of, because I just don't want to miss anything. I'll be honest, I've done this video probably 10 times and then deleted everything because I feel like I'm not, you know, covering everything. So I'm going to stop this video right now and then come back if there's anything that I've missed. But we're going to touch base on some of the technical features, and then I'm going to show you here regarding the all-wheel drive system as well. Did little clips just to show you how it grips. Obviously it's summer here in Pittsburgh now, so you don't really need it that much, but it is, I mean, you never have to worry about wheel spin even when it's raining. Like if you're trying to get out on a heavy traffic road, and let's say it's just raining and you have to turn at the same time, like I get annoyed by those little things. If you have to turn at the same time and you have to hit it, that traction control system will kick in if it's a front wheel drive and you can't just get out quick enough right in front of a car. Like, I don't want to sit and wait for 20 minutes for every car to pass to get out on the road. So with the all-wheel drive system, it just grips, and I love that, and that's something that I wanted. So let's take a look at that real quick here. So let's go over some of the technical features in this Ford Fusion here. We're going to start with starting it. Foot on the brake and just push the button here. As you can see, the steering wheel has buttons on the left side here. You got your cruise control here, on, off, very simple to navigate. The buttons on the left side of the steering wheel control the left instrument cluster here. Going to go into that here shortly. On the right side you have your voice activation button, you have a mute button, your volume buttons. I'm actually going to mute here. You have your, if you have a CD in, you can change tracks here or toggle between radio stations or presets. The buttons on the right side of the steering wheel will navigate through the right instrument cluster. So if I click left on the button here, get out to the main menu where you can have an overview of the entertainment, what radio or Sirius XM channel that's currently on, your navigation, your phone, and also your climate. If we take a look at the left instrument cluster here, the main menu here, you have display modes, you have a digital RPM meter here. Scroll down, see the oil temperature or the temperature of the engine here, and also the fuel gauge. Distance to empty. Go out to the main menu again. You have two trip meters, fuel economy. You have driver's assist. Obviously, if you for some reason want to not use the rear park aid, I do. I'm not a big fan of traction control, so I do unclick that sometimes. You have your settings here: vehicle, auto engine off, EC entry exit. If you want your memory seat or your power seat to go all the way back as soon as you turn the vehicle off and open the door, I don't have that setting checked. I like my seat to just stay put. You have lighting, auto lamp delay. You can choose how long you want the lights to stay on after you get out of the vehicle. Locks, all kinds of settings here. I'm not going to go into all the settings. You can toy around with that yourself whenever you excuse me here, whenever you purchase a Fusion on your own. All right, let's take a look at the My Ford Touch system here and try to go in depth of all the features here. Okay, so the My Ford Touch system contains of 4 screens with 4 different colors depending on category. So what we're at right now is the home screen. You see that little house icon right there at the home screen. So we have red at the bottom left here for your entertainment, Sirius XM. You can enjoy your audio system here. You have your CD, AM, FM, USB. Click the arrow, you can play your Bluetooth stereo, your SD card, or your auxiliary port here. And those ports, excuse all my junk here, are located right there. You have 2 USB ports, you have your SD card holder, and then media line inputs as well. And as you can tell here, you can store a whole lot of stuff in the armrest here. It's pretty deep. And then if you go to the blue section of the screen here, you have your climate. So on my vehicle here, it is equipped with the heated steering wheel, which was an option that I wanted. Very nice on these cold Pittsburgh winters. So not only do you have a heated seat, you have a heated steering wheel, so keep your hands warm. And this is pretty basic, where where you want the fan to blow, and also the you have your fan speed here, heated seats on both sides here, and the temperature. You have dual climate control, where you can set the temperature individually on the driver's side versus the passenger side. Now the temperature and the fan speed and that kind of thing can be controlled from this main area right here underneath the touchscreen. I don't personally never really use the touchscreen to mess around with the climate. One thing that you can do as well, which is very nice, is set the temperature by voice command. Hit the voice activation button here.
Please say a command.
Climate, set temperature 73 degrees.
Did you say 73 degrees?
Yes.
Setting temperature to 73 degrees.
And obviously it's quicker to just change it here, but the Ford MyFord, or the MyFord touch system, is designed and for you to never have to take your hands off the steering wheel while you're driving. You can pretty much set any feature on the vehicle by voice activation, such as making calls, obviously when your phone is synced up to the Bluetooth system. The navigation, which we will touch base on here in just a couple minutes as well, is voice activated. Now the Ford Fusion obviously comes available with air conditioned seats as well. That was a feature that I did not go with on this car here, but just so you know, right underneath the heated seat button you would have a air conditioned seat button as well, which is nice, especially if you have black leather interior. Keep you from sweating your ass off on these warm summer days. So what we're going to do here, just to demonstrate the navigation and how that works with voice activation. If you want to set a destination that you're going to, and obviously you need to know the address, that helps out a lot. So all you would do is again hit the voice activation button.
Please say a command.
Destination, street address.
In Pennsylvania, say the street address including the city.
5304 University Boulevard, Moon Township.
When ready, press the voice button and then say set as destination, or say change something.
Set as destination.
Setting destination.
And then it computes your route. And then you can switch different views for the map. Well, here's the views button. I'm sorry. Right there. I'm gonna drive off here. And it basically, you can get a split screen, and then you can hit the view button again, and you see the next turn you're going to make, or the next exit you need to take, and so on. So we're going to cancel this route now.
Please say a command.
Cancel route.
Are you sure you want to cancel your route?
Yes.
Canceling route.
And finally, you have the yellow part of the touchscreen, which is where you will sync your phone. My phone is currently synced up. I'm going to make a separate video where I basically just show you real quick how easy it is to sync the phone. So just watch out for that one. But take it from me, it is a very simple process. It takes about 30 seconds to sync up your phone. Now, moving along here to the actual shift knob. This is a 6-speed automatic transmission. If you put it in reverse, it displays your backup camera, guidance lines. Very clear camera on this 8-inch My Ford touchscreen, I will have to say. I've driven a lot of cars with, you know, an infotainment system and a touchscreen, and I would have to say that this one is the clearest one that I have ever driven. And I've been in some really nice brand of cars, and I just like this touchscreen. The only downside and the only slack that the My Ford touchscreen gets is that it can be a little laggy sometimes when you click on it. The voice activation prompts, they work very well, so that kind of helps out with the My Ford touchscreen, and in my opinion gives it a top. Okay guys, the video kind of cut off there when I was finishing up on the My Ford touchscreen. Apologize about that. You know, the video editing thing doesn't always work the way I want it to, but you get the picture. So what we're going to do now in conclusion is just, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is touch base on some of the news for the other trim levels, like the S trim level, which is the entry level, and then the SE as well. For the S trim level, you can now get the appearance package that was previously only available for the SE. So what that means is that you don't have to get a entry-level Fusion that really looks like a base entry-level Fusion. So you can now get the 18-inch wheels, and also you get the little wing on the back of the trunk. So it just beefs up the appearance of the entry-level Fusion, which is just a nice upgrade. And for the SE trim level, you can now get the an all-winter package, which means that you get all-weather floor mats, you get remote start, and you can also get heated seats for the cloth interior. It's not only available with the luxury package for the SE trim level anymore. So let's say you don't like leather, you can now get, you know, cloth seats and heated seats as well as remote start, which is just a nice little upgrade. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for my owner's review of my own Ford Fusion. So I hope you guys liked it, and I want to say that I really appreciate everyone that always watches my videos, and all my subscribers, and for all you new viewers, I you know, appreciate you guys tuning in, and please let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, if it was helpful, and you know, if you're in the process of maybe buying a Ford Fusion or not, or if you just you know, hung out because you like car reviews, and then whatever. But let me know what you thought, and you know, if there was anything that I missed, or if you guys have any, you know, specific things or cars that you guys want me to touch base on, you know, I'll be happy to try to accommodate you guys as soon as I can. But until then, or until next time, see ya.